I am Usha Pathak. Elders, please accept my respect and love to youngers. A verb has a particular function in a sentence that we have already discussed the first part of the verb. Now let us discuss the transitive verbs in the part 2 of verb. Transitive verbs. There are 7 forms of object as noun, pronoun, adjective, infinitive, gerund, phrase, and clause. Some transitive verbs take 2 objects, one denoting a thing and the other a person. The thing named is called direct object and the person or other animal named is called the indirect object. As I forgave him his faults. The word fault is called direct object and him is in indirect object. The indirect always stands first. If it is placed after the direct, it is preceded by the preposition for or to. As he taught English to his son. Those transitive verbs which take one object only but still requires some other words to make the predication complete are called factitive. The word or words so added are called the complement. There are at least 8 forms of complement. Noun, they made him king. Possessive, she made Dalit's quarrel her own. Adjective, the judge set the prisoner free. Participle, the found her is still weeping. Preposition phrase, she plot filled us all with terror. Infinitive, I like a rascal to be punished. Adverb, the found the man asleep. Clause, we have made him what he is. There are 2 ways in which transitive can become intransitive. When the verb is used in such a general sense that no objects or connection with it, as mean it to life. Intransitive, he never eats meat. Transitive, a newborn child sees, but a kitten is born blind. When the reflexive pronoun is omitted, as he drew near me, he made merry. Intransitive verbs of complete predication. An intransitive verbs or complete predication is that which makes a complete sense by itself and does not require a complement. Rivers flow, winds blow, horses run, birds fly, all animals sleep, all animals die. Now, intransitive verbs of incomplete predication. An intransitive verb of incomplete predication is that which do not make a complete sense by themselves, but require a complement to supply what the verbs left unsaid. Such verbs are more briefly called copulative because they couple one idea with another. The complement to copulative verbs can be in the same 8 forms as that two factitive ones, as noun, possessive, adjective, participle, preposition with object, infinitive, adverb, and clause. When the complement comes after a copulative verb, it is called a subjective complement because it relates to the subject. But when it comes after a factitive verb in the active voice, it is called an adjective complement because it relates to the object. The cognate object. When an object follows an intransitive verb, it is called cognate object. Such an object is already implied more or less in the verb itself, from which it is derived directly, conceptually, semantically, or otherwise. There are 5 different forms of cognate object. First, cognate noun formed directly from the verb, as he slept a sound sleep. He played on earnest prayer. He sighed a deep sigh. He laughed a hearty laugh. He died a sad death. He lived a long life. Cognate noun of similar meaning, as he went a long way, he fought a long battle, he struck a deadly blow, he ran his own course, the bells ring a merry bell. Third, a noun descriptive of the cognate noun understood, as he ran a great risk. He played the fool. He looked daggers at me. Fourth, an adjective qualifying the cognate noun understood, as he fought his best fight. She sang her sweetest song. He breathed his last breath. Next, cognate noun expressed by it, as we must fight it out to the end. Now, intransitive verbs in casual sense. An intransitive verb used in a casual sense become transitive, as the horse trotted out. They trotted out the horse. Water boils. He boils the water. The prisoners walk out. He walks out the prisoners. Now, prepositional verbs. An intransitive verb can be made transitive by adding a preposition to it. Such verbs are real transitives if they can be used in the passive voice, as we act on this rule. This rule is acted on by us. No one relies on his word. His word cannot be relied on. Observe that when the verb in the passive voice, the on cannot be passed as a preposition, since there is no object to it. It must therefore be passed as part of the verb itself. In prepositional verbs, the preposition is almost always placed after the verb, but with and over are often placed before it, as He withstood the attack. He was overcome by the enemy. The banks were overflowed with water. The field is overgrown with weeds. All these verbs, when they are used apart the preposition, are intransitive. It is the prepositional which makes them transitive. It sometimes happens that the preposition after the intransitive verb is not expressed, but the verb is none the less followed by an object, as they laughed at him to scorn. He looked at me in the face. I cannot sit on that horse. I cannot stand with your impertinence. Please subscribe my channel, like and share with your friend.